Hi friends. As you might know, I love rum. I have a fair bit of it. Rum is a great thing because you can make it all over the world. People all over the world make it, and there are not a ton of rules about what you have to do to make it. That lack of rules means there's a lot of different styles, a lot of different types of rum in the world, but that lack of rules also means there's not a lot of rules saying what you can and can't put in your rum. A lot of rums are made by adding sugar to the rum afterwards, or coloring, or other adulterants. And some people really don't like that. They want to drink just the pure rum. They don't want to add sugar. They don't like it when it's sweetened or whatever. It's only 20 bottles, okay? It's only 20 bottles. It's not that bad. It's not even all the rums I could have. I personally don't mind so much if there's sugar in it. I like sweet things, and if a rum tastes better with a little sugar, I'm perfectly happy for them to put some sugar in it. But I would like to know about it. I would like it if there were labeling rules saying what was in the rum, if there was sugar, how much, if they put coloring in it, or whatever. Unfortunately, the dispersed nature of the rum world means there's no real one governing body telling everyone what to do. So there are enthusiasts like the folks over on Reddit, on the rum subreddit r/rum. They really don't like this sugar added business, and a lot of them also love a barrel proof thing instead of, a watered down drink. Anyway, there are a bunch of aficionados over on Reddit, on r/rum, and they got together and decided to make some single barrel proof rums available. Anyway, I'll say it again, I love rum. So I saw that these single barrel rums were available, and I decided that I would try and get some. Now you have to order these from Europe. I went to a place called Fine Drams, which is selling these rums. They're in Denmark, I think. They're in Denmark. So I ordered them. This is actually the second time I've ordered them. The first time was not a problem, but I ordered my second round of single barrel strength rums in May. I got my notification that it shipped. I got a tracking number. Everything was great. And the first thing that happened on the tracking is it arrived in New York and got transferred to the United States Postal Service. Great. This was on June 9th. The thing is, there are no updates. It stays in New York from June 9th, and that's the only update I get. And this goes on for a month or two. And I keep checking it periodically to see what's going on. Nothing's going on. I'm starting to lose faith that I'm going to get my rum. And then a couple months in, they actually shut down the tracking system. The tracking system no longer works. There's no information whatsoever. That bit about New York is just erased. So I can't even track it anymore. I don't really know what's going on. I considered calling them. I went onto the USPS website, and they said that anyone you call is just going to have the same information as I'm getting on the internet, so I gave up on that idea. So, let's see, another 2 months go by. It's now mid-September. I was just losing faith again. I was like, I made a mistake. I'm just going to not get my rums, just a waste of money. When the mail carrier knocked on my door, and she had a big box for me, and that was my rum, and I was very excited. Anyway, why did it take so long? You're wondering. I'm wondering. Take a look at this label. It's totally mangled. My address is mostly all rubbed off. You can barely read it. This is actually not a story about the post office messing something up. It's actually a story about the post office delivering my package in spite of not seeing the address. So, hooray for the post office. Get your ballots early. Mail in your ballots early. Everybody vote. So XXX4 is made in Fiji at a place called the South Pacific Distillery. It is 16 years old and comes in at 66.8 ABV. XXX5 was made in Jamaica. Bottle just says St. Catherine, so we're going to assume it's Worthy Park. And it is 2 years old and 65% alcohol by volume. All right, let's try some of these rums. So we're gonna start with the 4. Now, just check out the label here. It's got all this information on it. Distilled December 2004 from molasses, aged in the Philippines till 2016, finished in American oak, number 3 in England, bottled on the 8th of January 2020. So distilled 2004, bottled in 2020, that's 16 years, December to January, so, you know, not quite, more like 15 years. But look, it tells you where it was aged in the Philippines and then moved to England. Gives you all this information. Pretty neat. Now, one thing you might realize is that older rums are almost never aged entirely in the tropics because most of your rum will evaporate. You might notice this is 214 bottles was the total that they bottled. And this 2-year-old, they had 400 bottles. So in 2 years, they didn't lose a whole lot of rum to evaporation. But in 16 years, they lost, you know, almost half of it. And that was with moving it to a cooler place like England. So, interesting. So this is the kind of like transparent information one might want to have on rum bottles, or really on all bottles. Scotch has this problem too, where people want to know if they put caramel coloring in it or whatever. This says right on the bottle, no additives, no added color, no bullshit. That's kind of their slogan, I guess. So pretty cool. All right, let's open this up. Now check out this, if you check out this wax, the wax on here is super thick. And I think it's like a double dipped wax, because you get some wax off of here. Get the wax off. There's another whole thing of wax. Alright, XXX4. I'm just gonna pour a small amount because this is really high proof and I'm trying to do 2 of these. I also got some water because that might be helpful. Okay. On the nose, this is the Fiji. I don't think I've ever had a rum from Fiji before. It doesn't smell like it's super high alcohol. The cat agrees. It's got a lot of influence from the barrel. You know, a lot of vanilla, a caramel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good. It's almost it almost tastes like a bourbon. That's how barrely it is. But it's sweet. Mm-hmm. Like a coconut or like a banana flavor, maybe. This is an excellent sipping rum, and you know, I would probably make an old fashioned with it and be very happy, or even a like super daiquiri would be awesome. You know, it's very whiskey-like. It's just interesting to me. That's amazing. Let me get a glass of water. All right. Rum 2 is XXX5. This is 2-year-old Jamaican. Jamaican rum is often, you know, very funky. It's got a lot of those esters that give you a rotten fruit taste, or a rotten banana, or a dead horse kind of a flavor. This bottle, they tell you on the back, speaking of transparency, how many esters it has. So that would be a measurement of how funky it is. This is 67.7 grams per... Cat is making a noise. You go up and talk to Susan, she's upstairs. The esters are measured 67.7 grams per 100 liters of absolute alcohol. But we'll see how funky this tastes. I'm gonna say that's probably not that much. The last time I ordered rum from these places, I got this, which is DOK. This is from Hampden Estate. And this, the grams, the esters per 100 liters is 1,488.8. So this is 67, this is 1,400. That's crazy. This stuff is so funky, it's crazy. It like explodes your palate. It's usually used to mix into other rums, so like a Smith and Cross or something else will have a little bit of this added to the blend to up the funk, you know. And they usually don't even bottle this, but these guys had them bottle it because aficionados these days are interested in tasting this, like, you know, the pure stuff. So I got a bottle. It's pretty difficult to drink on its own, but I'm gonna experiment with mixing this into rum old fashions and whatnot. This is probably Worthy Park, so it wouldn't have this designation, but it would fall into the Outram W. Husey category. Doesn't smell super funky. This one smells more alcoholic somehow. It's got a kind of a butterscotchy kind of a note. A little bit of that funk, a little bit of that tropical fruit. It's got like a lingering kind of grassiness almost with a little water in. This one's more like vanilla and caramel, and this one's more like butterscotch. It's much lighter. It's much less woody. I'm gonna say both of these are gonna make excellent old fashions, and at some point in the future I'm gonna make some old fashioned with these and we'll compare those. Yeah, like a grassiness, like a vegetal quality almost, which is pretty interesting in rum. Not sweet. This is much drier than the other one, than the number 4. All right. It was nice chatting with you guys. I'll leave a link down below to where you can buy these if you want to. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe. Tell your friends, and we'll see you next time.